Alrighty, a few of you guys down in the comment section have been asking me to cover the Montrezl Harrel to the Toronto Raptors situation. So I went ahead and did some research, and let me just say that this whole thing does seem very convincing. So we're going to talk about why Montrezl Harrel might go to the Toronto Raptors, what this would mean for the Raptors and for Montrezl Harrel if this were to happen, and whether or not I think this is even going to happen or if it's all just one big hoax. So let's wind back the clock all the way to a few weeks ago after Game 7 of the Clippers and Nuggets series. For any of you who may have missed the report, after Game 7 of the Nuggets and Clippers series, apparently Paul George and Montrezl Harrel got into a very heated argument. Now, according to multiple reports, Montrezl Harrel was very mad at Paul George for costing them the season. And if that's the case, if that's why Montrezl Harrel was mad, which most likely that is why he would have been mad after Game 7, then I'm not even mad at Montrezl Harrel. He led the Clippers in scoring in Game 7. Kawhi Leonard only had 14 points, Paul George only had 10, and Montrezl Harrel put up 20. So if Montrezl Harrel was mad after Game 7, then honestly, who are we to say that he is wrong in being mad? But this wouldn't be the first time that two teammates argue, especially not in the NBA. So this argument in and of itself isn't really a strong case for why Montrezl Harrel might be leaving the Clippers and going to Toronto. So what exactly happened after this argument, you might be wondering? Well, just a couple days after this argument, Montrezl Harrel followed the Toronto Raptors on Instagram. So does this mean that he's in communication with someone in the Raptors? I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but it definitely does not look very good to be on one team and you suddenly go and follow another team on social media. And now the third reason, which might be the craziest reason so far, is that Montrezl Harrel has an AAU team. This team is called the Team Trez Raptors, and apparently they just released their brand new team logo. And if you're curious on what that logo is, have a look for yourselves. Now, is it just me, or does this logo look like a logo of a team we all recognize just a tiny bit? Okay, so he's arguing with Paul George, he's following another team on social media, and he's branding his AAU team after the logo of the team at question. So this all leads us to one question. If Montrezl Harrel wanted to leave the Clippers and go to the Raptors, could he do so? When does his contract end with the Clippers? So look no further. I did my research on that question, and turns out Montrezl Harrel is an unrestricted free agent this year. So technically, if he wanted to leave and go elsewhere, there is nothing stopping him from doing so. But all of this leads me to a bunch of questions on how this would all even work. So let's say Montrezl Harrel and the Raptors are very serious about signing a contract agreement. Here's what my first thought is on that. Montrezl Harrel is currently getting paid $6 million, but Montrezl Harrel just won the 6th Man of the Year award. So obviously he's not going to leave LA to go to another team and get paid less than $6 million. At the very least, I am pretty sure he's going to ask for a minimum of $10 million. And I could be underestimating it, to be honest. For all I know, maybe he asked for $15 million. I have no idea. So here's where the problem comes in. Can they even sign him for $15 million? There's two ways where I can see them even signing Montrezl Harrel. The first one is, let's say he asks for $10 million or $15 million or however many millions, right? And let's say the Raptors say, you know what? Fine, we are going to give you what you're asking for. They can only sign him for 1 year because remember, next year they're going to want to have as much cap space as possible to get Giannis. No way in the world would they risk giving Montrezl Harrel a big payday at the expense of possibly not being able to sign Giannis. So some of you might be wondering now, okay, then why don't they just sign him for 1 year? Guys, Montrezl Harrel and his agent would never agree to a 1-year deal at this point in his career. Montrezl Harrel is already 26 years old, which means he's about to enter his prime. He just won the 6th Man of the Year award, so why on earth would they agree to a 1-year deal when, if God forbid something goes wrong, meaning an injury or just something career altering, he would have missed out on so many millions of dollars, just like Isaiah Thomas a couple years ago. So this is obviously a very big situation, because on one hand, Montrezl Harrel is worth this much, but on the other hand, if they're gonna give him what he's worth, they can't sign him for a long time. And if we go back to that original hand, he wouldn't agree to being signed for a short period of time. God forbid he gets injured in just 1 year, no other NBA team is going to be incentivized to sign him. And to make matters worse on why I don't think this would actually even happen. Although Montrezl Harrel is a very good player, at the end of the day, he is still a 6'8" power forward slash center. He's a good player, don't get me. He's not worth the risk of giving him a big contract at the expense of possibly not being able to get Giannis. And that's not to mention that Montrezl Harrel's playstyle does not really fit too well with the Raptors in my opinion. The Raptors system revolves around guys who can shoot the 3-ball and play very good defense. When it comes to defense, Montrezl Harrel, no question, he is a great defensive player. But when it comes to shooting the ball, that dude cannot shoot a ball into the ocean if he was wide open. Now, if he was a center as dominant as Shaq or Hakeem or pretty much any other dominant center, then I'd say, you know what, forget the fact that he can't shoot threes. Forget about Giannis for a year. We can figure that out when time comes. But no, Montrezl Harrel is just a 6th man, a very good 6th man, but he is still just a 6th man. Signing Montrezl Harrel is not going to be the difference maker to win the Raptors another championship. So because of all of that, I don't really see it happening. If you guys see it happening, then let me know down below in the comment section. But anyway, if you guys watched this video all the way through, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. I appreciate all the support you guys show. And shout out to my subscriber, Handles. He's been asking me to give him a shout out for like 3 or 4 videos now. So Handles, thank you for the support, and here's your shout out, my guy. Thank you all for watching. I'm posting every day at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time once again. I'll see you guys tomorrow after the Lakers go up 3-1 tonight, and I am out of here. If you're still here, consider watching this other video I picked out for you down below. Please just watch it. I'm trying to get to 300 subs, so go watch that video. Let me know what y'all think. And hit the like button on that video too. All right, see you guys.